Captain James Miller stood at the command center of the U.S. Titan, his eyes fixed on the massive view screen. The ship, Earth's most advanced battleship, hummed with power beneath his feet. Built in secret over 5 years, the Titan represented humanity's greatest achievement in space warfare technology. At nearly 2 miles long, its black stealth coating absorbed radar and light, making it almost invisible in space. "Captain, we're picking up something strange." Lieutenant Emily Brooks called out from her weapons station. Her blonde hair was pulled back in a tight bun as she studied the readings. Multiple objects just appeared at the edge of our solar system. "They're big, sir. Really big." Miller walked over to her station, his boots making soft sounds on the metal floor. The objects were moving in a formation too perfect to be natural. "How many?" 27 large ships, sir, and they're headed straight for Earth." First Officer Lisa Parker joined them, her face serious. "No response to any standard greeting signals, Captain. They're ignoring all attempts at communication." The bridge crew worked quietly at their stations as tension filled the air. Humanity had always wondered about first contact, but no one had expected it to happen like this. The alien ships moved closer, their massive forms now visible through the view screen. Dark purple vessels shaped like arrowheads, each one larger than the biggest cities on Earth. Suddenly, the main screen crackled to life. A figure appeared, tall, scaled, with 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern. Its voice came through the translator in harsh, clicking sounds. "Primitive human species," the alien spoke. "I am High Commander Krell of the Draconid Empire. Your planet now belongs to us. Surrender immediately, and we may spare some of your population for labor camps." Miller's jaw tightened. "This is Captain James Miller of the Earth vessel U.S. Titan. We are not primitive, and we do not surrender to threats. We suggest you reconsider your approach." The alien commander laughed, the sound like grinding metal. "You dare to challenge the Draconid Empire? Your weapons are children's toys compared to our technology. We have conquered 1,000 worlds. Your species still burns fossil fuels. You have 1 Earth rotation to surrender, or we begin planetary bombardment." The screen went dark. Miller turned to his crew, his voice steady and calm. "Brooks, I want everything you can tell me about their ships. Parker, alert Earth Defense Command. Mike, get down to engineering and check our quantum weapons systems." Lieutenant Brooks worked quickly at her station, scanning the alien vessels. Her eyes suddenly widened. "Captain, I'm detecting something interesting about their shield configurations. There's a pattern to their energy frequencies. If we could match it precisely, could we penetrate their shields?" Miller asked, leaning over her station. "Better," Brooks smiled. "We might be able to overload them completely. Their technology is advanced, but it's rigid. They don't adapt quickly to new situations. Our quantum weapons could exploit that weakness." Miller nodded, a plan forming in his mind. The aliens had made a crucial mistake. They assumed humans would be easy prey. They didn't know about the Titan or its capabilities. They didn't understand that humans had spent centuries preparing for this possibility, building weapons and defenses in secret. "Send all shield data to engineering," Miller ordered. "Parker, get me Admiral Thompson. Brooks, begin calculating firing solutions. If these Draconids want to see how primitive we are, we'll give them a demonstration they won't forget." The next few hours were a blur of activity. The crew worked tirelessly, preparing for what might be humanity's first interstellar war. Engineers modified weapons systems while tactical officers ran combat simulations. Miller knew they would only get 1 chance to surprise the aliens. As the deadline approached, Miller stood at the center of his bridge. Earth gleamed below them, blue and beautiful. He thought about all the people down there, going about their lives, not knowing that their fate hung in the balance. "Sir," Brooks called out, "the alien fleet is moving. They're taking up attack positions." Miller straightened his uniform. "Send this message to all Earth forces. Operation Thunderbolt is go. Show these aliens what humanity can do. The U.S. Titan's engines powered up, its revolutionary stealth systems making it virtually invisible to alien sensors. They had one advantage: the element of surprise. The Draconids thought they were facing a primitive species. They were about to learn just how wrong they were. As the massive ship moved into position, Miller smiled grimly. The real battle was about to begin, and humanity was ready. Admiral Robert Thompson's face filled the main screen of the U.S. Titan's bridge. His gray hair and stern expression showed the weight of command. "Captain Miller, you have new orders. The Titan is no longer just a defensive vessel. As of now, you're our first line of offense." Miller stood straight, listening carefully. Around him, the bridge crew worked at their stations, preparing for what might be humanity's most important military mission. "Sir," Miller asked, knowing this meant something big was coming. "The Titan carries our most advanced weapons," James Thompson said quietly. "The quantum cannons aren't just for show. We've been preparing for this day for decades. Since the first hints of alien signals reached our deep space arrays, we knew this day might come." In engineering, Chief Engineer Mike Anderson was already hard at work. His hands moved quickly over the quantum cannon controls as he made final adjustments. Sweat rolled down his forehead as he worked. The weapons were incredibly powerful, but they needed perfect timing to work right. "How's it looking, Mike?" First Officer Parker asked as she entered engineering. The room hummed with energy from the massive engines. Anderson wiped his forehead with his sleeve. "The quantum cannons are at 95% power. We've never fired them at full strength before. The simulations look good, but we're about to find out if they really work." Parker finished his thought. She checked the readings on his screen. The whole ship was built around these weapons. They'll work. Back on the bridge, Lieutenant Brooks was making a surprising discovery. "Captain," she called out, "I've been scanning the alien fleet. There are more ships arriving. I count at least 50 new vessels." Miller walked to her station, looking at the sensor readings. The new alien ships were even bigger than the first ones. They formed a massive wall between Earth and the rest of space. "They think they have us trapped," Miller said, a small smile forming on his face. "They don't realize we wanted them to bunch up like that." Tom Reynolds, the tactical officer, spoke up from his station. "Sir, I've mapped their formation. They left gaps in their lines. Standard practice for ships that think they're invincible. We can use those gaps." Miller nodded. The aliens were overconfident, making basic mistakes. They still thought they were dealing with primitive humans who would be scared by their show of force. Communications Officer Rachel Martinez's console lit up with new signals. "Captain, I'm picking up transmissions between their ships. Running them through the translator now." She listened through her headset, her eyes widening. "Sir, they're discussing plans to hit major cities first. They want to break Earth's spirit quickly." Miller's face hardened. "They don't understand humans very well, do they?" "Parker, is engineering ready?" "Anderson reports quantum cannons at full power, sir," Parker replied, returning to the bridge. "All systems are green." Miller took his command chair, looking at the massive alien fleet on the main screen. "Ladies and gentlemen, what we do next will be remembered for generations. Humanity isn't just going to survive this attack. We're going to show the galaxy why you don't threaten Earth." He pressed a button on his chair. "All hands, battle stations. This is not a drill. Tactical. Plot a course through their formation. Martinez, send word to Earth Defense Command. Operation Thunderbolt is entering Phase 2. The U.S. Titan's engines powered up, humming with energy that could be felt throughout the ship. The massive vessel turned slowly, lining up with a gap in the alien formation. "Stealth systems at maximum," Brooks reported. "We're invisible to their sensors. Quantum cannons charged and ready." Anderson's voice came through the comm system. "All power systems are stable." Miller looked at his crew, feeling proud. They had trained for years for this moment, And now it was time to show what humans could do. The Draconids thought size and numbers would win the day. They were about to learn that humanity had more than a few surprises waiting. "Take us in, Helm," Miller ordered. "Full speed ahead. Let's show these aliens why you don't pick a fight with Earth." The U.S. Titan moved forward silently, its black hull invisible against the darkness of space. Inside, over 1,000 crew members prepared for battle. They were about to make history, and the Draconid Empire was about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating humanity. The red emergency lights flashed throughout the U.S. Titan as reports came in from Mars Colony. The Draconid forces had launched their first attack, destroying several of the outer dome structures. Thousands of colonists ran for the underground shelters. "Those monsters," Lieutenant Brooks whispered, watching the footage. "They're targeting civilians first." Captain Miller's voice cut through the tension on the bridge. "That's their first mistake." "Tactical, are we in position?" "Yes, sir," Tom Reynolds responded, his fingers moving across his control panel. "We're hidden in the shadow of Phobos. The alien fleet hasn't spotted us." The Titan's stealth systems worked perfectly. The massive battleship hung in space like a shadow, invisible to alien sensors. 5 Draconid warships moved past them, heading toward Mars. They had no idea Earth's deadliest weapon was right beside them. "Engineering, status of quantum cannons?" Miller asked. Mike Anderson's voice came through clear and confident. "Ready to fire, Captain. We've modified the frequency to match their shield patterns. First shot will be a surprise they won't forget." Miller stood from his chair, watching the alien ships on the main screen. "Lieutenant Brooks, target their lead ship. Mr. Reynolds, plot an attack course that keeps us in their blind spots. Let's show them what this ship can do." The bridge crew moved with practiced precision. This was the moment they had trained for. The Titan's engines powered up silently, pushing the massive ship forward. "Target locked," Brooks announced. "Quantum cannons aligned." Miller took a deep breath. "Fire." The quantum cannon's blast was unlike anything humans had ever built before. A beam of pure energy, twisted by quantum mechanics into something that ignored normal physics, shot out from the Titan. It hit the lead Draconid ship before they even knew they were under attack. The result was spectacular. The alien ship's shields flared bright purple for a split second, then collapsed completely. The quantum beam cut through the massive vessel like it was made of paper, splitting it in two. "Direct hit," Brooks shouted. Their shields didn't stop it at all. The remaining Draconid ships scattered in confusion. Their sensors hadn't detected the attack coming. As far as they could tell, their lead ship had just exploded for no reason. "They're panicking," Martinez reported from communications. "Their broadcasts are filled with confusion. They don't know what hit them." Miller allowed himself a small smile. "Good. Reynolds, bring us about. Brooks, target the next ship. Let's not give them time to figure it out." The Titan moved like a predator, far more agile than its size suggested. The quantum cannons fired again and again. Each shot found its mark, and each Draconid ship fell. Their mighty shields, which had conquered 1,000 worlds, proved useless against Earth's new weapon. "Sir," Martinez called out suddenly. "The main Draconid fleet is responding. 30 ships are breaking off to head our way." "Just as we planned," Miller said calmly. "Parker, signal Earth Defense Command. Tell them Phase 3 is ready to begin." As the Draconid reinforcements approached, something new appeared on their sensors. From behind Earth's moon, 20 smaller Earth ships emerged. They were the first of Earth's new fleet, each equipped with smaller versions of the quantum weapons. "Look at their formation," Reynolds said with admiration. "They don't know whether to focus on us or the new ships. They're breaking formation." The space around Mars turned into a battlefield. The Draconid ships, despite their size and power, found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. Earth's ships were smaller, faster, and equipped with weapons that made their mighty shields worthless. "Another kill confirmed," Brooks reported as another alien ship split apart. That's 7 down. Miller watched the battle unfold. The Draconids were learning a hard lesson about humanity. Size didn't matter. Advanced shields didn't matter. What mattered was innovation, adaptability, and the will to fight. "Sir," Martinez called out, "I'm intercepting their communications with their main fleet." "There?" She paused, listening carefully. "They're calling for help. They're saying their weapons are ineffective against our shields." The bridge crew shared knowing looks. The Draconids hadn't realized yet that the Titan's defenses were based on their own technology, improved by human engineers. Every attack they launched was absorbed and used to power Earth's ships. "Keep pressing the attack," Miller ordered. "Show them no mercy. They came to our solar system looking for an easy conquest. Let's make sure they never make that mistake again." The battle continued, and with each passing minute, the mighty Draconid Empire learned why attacking Earth had been their greatest mistake. The emergency meeting of Earth's military leaders took place through secure channels as the battle near Mars continued. On the U.S. Titan's main screen, Admiral Thompson appeared alongside generals and admirals from Russia, China, India, and the European Union. The Draconids made one critical mistake, Thompson told the gathered leaders. They thought keeping us divided would make us weak. Instead, they united all of Earth against them. Captain Miller stood before the screen, listening as the plan unfolded. Around the world, secret shipyards revealed their existence. Each major nation had built their own vessels, preparing in secret for the day Earth might face an alien threat. "Sir," Communications Officer Martinez interrupted, her voice urgent. "I've broken through their battle codes. I can read their tactical orders in real time." Miller turned to his crew. "Send that data to all Earth ships immediately. Parker, coordinate with the fleet commanders. It's time to show them what a real united Earth can do." The response was immediate. From hidden bases on Earth, more ships rose into space. Chinese pulse laser cruisers, Russian heavy battleships, Indian stealth destroyers, and European carrier vessels joined the American ships already in battle. Each brought their own special weapons and tactics to the fight. Multiple ships launching from Earth, Brooks reported from her station. Counting 70. No, 85 vessels joining the battle line. The Draconid fleet commanders watched in shock as Earth's combined fleet appeared. Their intelligence had told them humans were divided, their technology primitive. Instead, they faced a coordinated army of advanced warships. "They're falling back," Reynolds called out from tactical. "The Draconid fleet is retreating from Mars orbit." Miller smiled grimly. "Not this time. Martinez, signal all Earth ships. Execute Operation Hammer and Anvil." The Earth fleet split into two massive groups. The larger ships, led by the Titan, drove straight at the Draconid fleet. The smaller, faster vessels swung around behind the aliens, cutting off their retreat path. Multiple quantum cannon strikes. Brooks reported as the battle began again. Hits confirmed on 15 enemy vessels. The space around Mars lit up with weapons fire. Earth ships darted between the larger alien vessels, their weapons precisely targeting the weak points Martinez had discovered in their codes. The Draconids' rigid battle formations fell apart against Earth's more flexible tactics. "They're not used to enemies who can adapt," Parker observed, watching the tactical display. "Every time they try to form up, our ships hit them from a new direction." A massive Draconid battleship turned to face the Titan, its weapons charging. Miller watched calmly as the alien vessel grew larger on their screen. "They're powering up their main gun," Brooks warned. "It's bigger than anything we've seen yet." "Hold position," Miller ordered. "Wait for my mark." The alien weapon fired, a massive beam of energy heading straight for the Titan. At the last second, Miller gave his order. "Now, active shield reflect." Mike Anderson in engineering activated their newest defense. The Titan's shields caught the alien beam and bent it back on itself. The Draconid ship took the full force of its own attack, its shields collapsing instantly. "Direct hit," Brooks cheered. Their flagship is crippled. Martinez's hands flew across her console, intercepting their distress calls. Sir, they're in complete chaos. They've never seen their weapons turned against them like this. The battle continued for hours. Earth ships moved like a swarm, striking from all directions. The Draconid fleet, designed for fighting slow, pitched battles against similar forces, couldn't adapt fast enough. Status report. Miller called out as another alien ship exploded. 43 enemy ships destroyed. Reynolds reported. 31 heavily damaged. The rest are trying to retreat, but our forces have them boxed in. Earth casualties are minimal. We've lost only 3 ships, crews safely evacuated. Miller nodded. The Draconids were learning the hard way that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or ships. It was their ability to work together, to adapt, and to turn an enemy's strength against them. Sir, Martine is called out, her voice excited. Message from Earth Command. Phase 4 is ready. All nations report their special weapons are armed and ready. Miller took his command chair, watching as the combined Earth fleet pressed their advantage. The Draconids had wanted to see humanity's real power. They were about to get their wish. Signal all ships, he ordered. Prepare for Phase 4. Let's show these aliens why you don't threaten Earth. The real counterattack was about to begin. Mike Anderson's hands moved quickly over the engineering controls of the U.S. Titan. Around him, his engineering team worked with captured alien technology from the destroyed Draconid ships. What they had learned in the past few hours changed everything. Captain, Anderson's voice rang through the bridge comm system. You need to see this. Their shield technology. We've cracked it completely. Captain Miller quickly made his way to engineering, where Anderson stood before a dismantled alien shield generator. Pieces of purple glowing technology spread across his workbench. Look at this, sir. Anderson pointed to the alien device. They'd been using the same shield frequency for centuries. Never changed it because no one ever broke through it before. But now, Miller watched as Anderson activated a modified shield panel. The energy signature matched the Draconid shields perfectly, then shifted, becoming something new. We can change frequencies on the fly, Anderson grinned. Something they never thought to do. And better yet, we can force their shields to change frequency too. Make them match ours. Back on the bridge, Lieutenant Brooks coordinated with fighter squadrons as they prepared for the next phase. The small, agile Earth fighters had proven surprisingly effective against the massive alien ships. All squadrons report ready, Brooks announced as Miller returned. They're equipped with the new shield frequency modulators. Miller nodded, looking at the tactical display. The remaining Draconid fleet had gathered in a defensive formation. Nearly 300 ships, but they were no longer advancing. For the first time, they showed signs of uncertainty. Sir, Martine is called from communications. Intercepted transmissions show their command structure is in chaos. Their leaders can't believe their shields are failing. Some ships are demanding to retreat. Miller smiled grimly. They still don't understand. They think this is about technology. It's not. It's about adaptation. Humanity's greatest strength. He turned to his crew. Begin Phase 5. Show them what we've learned. The Earth fleet moved in perfect coordination. Fighters launched from carrier ships, swarming toward the alien fleet. But this time, they carried Anderson's new technology. Enemy ships powering up weapons, Reynolds reported from tactical. Wait for it, Miller ordered calmly. The Draconid ships fired, their energy weapons lighting up space. But when they hit the Earth fighters, something new happened. The fighters' shields didn't just absorb the attacks, they redirected them. Shield modulators working perfectly, Brooks shouted. All fighters report successful energy transfer. The space around the battling ships lit up like a light show. Each Draconid blast was caught by Earth's fighters, channeled through their new shields, and sent back at other alien ships. The Draconids were essentially shooting themselves. They're breaking formation, Reynolds reported with satisfaction. Their fleet cohesion is collapsing. Miller pressed his command chair comm button. All Earth ships, execute attack pattern Delta. Focus fire on their command ships. The Earth fleet struck from multiple directions. The Titan led the charge, its quantum cannons blazing. Smaller ships darted between the massive alien vessels, their modified shields turning the Draconids' own power against them. "Sir," Martinez's voice cut through the battle noise. "Their admiral, he's sending a priority message to their homeworld. Patching it through." The alien voice sounded different now. Gone was the arrogance, replaced by something new. Fear. Emergency Protocol Alpha. The humans. They learn too fast. Their technology evolves during battle. They take our weapons, our shields, turn them against us. We cannot adapt quick enough. Request immediate reinforcements or permission to reach her. The transmission cut off as another Draconid command ship exploded. "They're starting to understand," Miller said quietly. "Humanity doesn't just fight wars. We learn from them. We adapt. We grow stronger." Brooks looked up from her station. "Sir," picking up massive energy readings from the enemy fleet. They're powering down their weapons. Multiple ships going dark," Reynolds added. "They're shutting down their shields too." Martinez listened intently to her communications. "Sir, they're asking for terms. They want to discuss surrender." Miller stood at the center of his bridge, looking at the once mighty alien fleet now reduced to powerless hulks floating in space. The Draconids had come expecting to find primitive humans cowering before their advanced technology. Instead, they found something far more dangerous, a species that could take their greatest strengths and turn them into weaknesses. "Send word to Earth Command," Miller ordered. "Tell them Phase 5 is complete. The Draconids are ready to learn what happens when you underestimate humanity." The U.S. Titan led Earth's fleet toward the heart of the Draconid formation. The alien ships that had surrendered were surrounded by Earth vessels, their weapons and shields permanently disabled. But not all of the Draconids had given up. "Status report," Captain Miller commanded, watching the massive alien command ship on the main screen. 50 enemy ships still fighting," Lieutenant Brooks reported. They'd formed a defensive circle around their Supreme Commander's vessel. They're making their last stand. Communications Officer Martinez listened carefully to intercepted alien signals. "Sir, the remaining ships are from their elite guard. They're saying they'd rather die than admit humans are their equals." Miller nodded grimly. "Pride. That's what started this war, and that's what's about to end it." He turned to his crew. "All hands, prepare for close-quarters combat. We're going to end this today." The Titan moved forward, its black hull gleaming in the starlight. Behind it, Earth's combined fleet spread out in attack formation. Russian heavy cruisers on the left, Chinese pulse ships on the right, and squadrons of fighters filling the space between. Enemy ships powering up all weapons, Reynolds warned from tactical. "They're going to throw everything they have at us." Miller stood calm at the center of his bridge. "Lieutenant Brooks, target their command ship. Mr. Anderson, divert all power to forward shields and quantum cannons." The space between the fleets erupted in chaos. The desperate Draconids unleashed everything they had. Energy beams, plasma torpedoes, and graviton pulses. Earth's ships met their attack head-on, their modified shields redirecting the alien weapons back at them. "First line of enemy defense is breaking," Brooks shouted over the noise of battle. "Their shields can't handle their own weapons being reflected back." Miller watched as Earth's fighters darted through gaps in the alien formation, striking with surgical precision. The Draconids' rigid battle tactics fell apart against humans' more flexible approach. "Sir," Martinez called out suddenly. "The alien Supreme Commander, he's addressing our fleet directly." The main screen flickered, showing the Draconid leader. His scales were darker than the others, his 4 eyes blazing with anger and disbelief. "Impossible," the alien commander roared. "We ruled the galaxy before your species learned to make fire. How dare you challenge us?" Miller stepped forward, his voice steady. That's your problem. You stopped learning, stopped adapting. Humanity never stops. We take what we learn from every challenge and grow stronger. Surrender now, or we'll show you just how much stronger we've become. The alien commander's response was to cut communication and order his remaining ships to attack. But something had changed. The Earth fleet was ready. All ships, execute final protocol, Miller commanded. The Titan's upgraded quantum cannons fired, their beams more powerful than ever thanks to Anderson's modifications. The shots bypassed the alien shields completely, cutting through their hulls like paper. Direct hits on multiple targets, Brooks reported excitedly. Enemy fleet is down to 30 ships. 25. 20. The remaining Draconid ships tried to regroup, but Earth's fighters were inside their formation now. Small, agile craft piloted by humans who had learned air combat over centuries of warfare. The aliens had no defense against such skilled, close-range attacks. 15 enemy ships remaining, Reynolds updated. They're trying to shield their command ship, but their formation has gaps. Miller saw the opportunity. All power to engines. Take us in. The Titan accelerated forward, its massive bulk moving with surprising speed. The ship crashed through the weakened alien defense line, emerging directly in front of the Supreme Commander's vessel. Target locked, Brooks announced. Their command ship's shield frequency is matched. We can take them down with one shot. The alien commander appeared on screen again, but this time fear had replaced the arrogance in his eyes. Wait, we wish to discuss terms. Miller looked at the alien leader coldly. You threatened our world, attacked our colonies, killed our people, and now you want to talk. Please, the alien commander's voice shook. We didn't understand. We thought you were primitive. We were wrong. Miller turned to his crew. Each face showed the same determination. Martinez, send word to Earth Command. Tell them we're ready to accept the enemy's complete and unconditional surrender. And make sure they understand, humanity is no one's prey. The mighty Draconid Empire, which had conquered 1,000 worlds, was about to surrender to a species they had dismissed as primitive. The final push had worked, and Earth had made its mark on the galaxy forever. 1 month after the surrender of the Draconid Empire, the U.S. Titan floated in high Earth orbit. Captain Miller stood at the observation deck, watching ships from a dozen alien species arrive for the first Galactic Council meeting ever held on Earth. Quite a change from a month ago, First Officer Parker said, joining him at the window. Remember when they thought we were primitive? Miller smiled, remembering the battle that had changed everything. The Draconid surrender had sent shockwaves through the galaxy. News spread quickly about how Earth's supposedly primitive humans had defeated the mighty Draconid fleet. Captain to the bridge. Martinez's voice came over the comm system. The alien delegations are ready to begin. On the bridge, the main screen showed the massive meeting hall in Geneva. Admiral Thompson stood at the central podium, facing representatives from 20 different alien species. The Draconid ambassadors sat in the back, their once proud empire now humbled. The terms are simple, Thompson addressed the gathered aliens. Earth claims its rightful place in the galactic community. We will share our quantum technology with peaceful species, but any act of aggression against Earth or her colonies will be met with immediate force. Lieutenant Brooks, working at her station, brought up readings from the system's edge. Sir, look at this. Every alien ship that arrived came with their weapons powered down. They're not taking any chances. Miller nodded. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Humanity wasn't just another primitive species to be conquered. They were a force to be respected. Mike Anderson's voice came through the comm. Captain, you should see what we've done with the alien tech we captured. We've improved their shield designs by 300%. Even the Draconids are asking to buy our versions of their own technology. The news from Earth was equally positive. The united human fleet that had formed to fight the Draconids was now permanent. The Earth Space Defense Force combined the best ships and crews from every nation. The U.S. Titan served as its flagship, a symbol of human achievement. Message from the Galactic Council, Sir, Martins reported. They've unanimously approved Earth's membership. We're now officially recognized as a major galactic power. Sir, Reynolds called from Tactical. The alien ships, they're doing something strange. The view screen showed the gathered alien vessels turning in formation. Then, one by one, they fired their energy weapons straight up, creating a spectacular light show. A salute to Earth's fleet. They're acknowledging us as equals, Parker explained. Maybe even as superiors in some ways. We didn't just beat the Draconids, we improved their technology while doing it. Reports came in from across Earth's solar system. The Mars colony was being rebuilt, bigger and better than before. Venus now hosted a massive shipyard, producing vessels with both human and alien technology. Jupiter's moons held research stations where human scientists worked alongside alien engineers. Another message coming in, Martins announced. This one's from the Draconid homeworld, their Council of Elders. They're asking for human teachers. They want to learn how we adapt so quickly. Miller couldn't help but laugh at that. The mighty Draconids, who had once called humans primitive, now wanted to learn from them. Sir, Brooks spoke up. Long-range sensors are picking up something. A ship, but not like anything we've seen before. It's coming from deep space. The bridge crew watched as the strange ship approached. It was neither human nor Draconid design. This was something new, perhaps a test for humanity's new role in the galaxy. Whatever it is, Miller said confidently, we're ready for it. Humanity has proved itself. We've shown the galaxy that we're not just another primitive species to be conquered. We're innovators, adapters, survivors. He looked at his crew, feeling proud of how far they'd come. And most importantly, we've shown them that humanity will always stand united against any threat. We're not just part of the galactic community now, we're helping to lead it. The U.S. Titan's engines powered up, ready to meet whatever new challenge approached. But this time, they didn't face it alone. Earth's fleet moved in formation around them, joined by ships from their new alien allies. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. The primitive species that no one took seriously had become the galaxy's rising power. And any alien race thinking of challenging Earth would think twice, remembering the fate of the mighty Draconid Empire. The age of human expansion into the galaxy had begun.